So today what we want to do is we want to review the Module 2, Unit 2 test version 1A that we took in class the other day. And we'll start by looking at number 1. Remember that the first thing we want to do is we want to look, when we do elimination, our key is that we want to look for opposites. And in our case, we don't have any opposites yet. So what we do, remember the thing I said was easiest to do the crisscross. So notice that your y's already have a negative and a positive, so we're just going to crisscross. We'll multiply the top one by 2, and we'll multiply the bottom one by 3, because those are the opposites of y. So multiplying the top equation by 2 gives us 8x minus 6y equals 0, and the bottom equation by 3 turns it into 12x plus 6y equals 20. And now that we have the opposites, remember our task is to add the equations together. 8 plus 12 makes it 20x. The y's cancel out. 0 plus 20, actually I made a mistake. 3 times 20, that should be 60 right there. So as we correct this. So see, even I make mistakes. So 20x equals 60. And this we can divide by 20, and we find out that our first answer is that x equals 3. Remember, once you have that x equals 3, then what you want to do is you want to substitute. And you can go back to any of the equations that you want. So I'm going to go to this bottom equation where it was 4. I'm going to replace the x with what it equals, and x equals 3. Plus 2y equals 20. That's 12 plus 2y equals 20. And then we're solving the equation just like we did in module number 1. So 2y equals 8. And thus y equals 4. Remember, I want your answers to always be an ordered pair. So the ordered pair answer for this question is 3, 4. Now let's take a look at number 2. In number 2, again, we don't have opposites yet, so we're going to make the opposites. So again, the y's have the opposites, so I'm just going to simply crisscross, or in this case, let's get rid of the x's. So I'm going to multiply this one by negative 2. I'm going to multiply the bottom one by 5. Now in this case, I have to use a negative because my x's are both positives, and we do need a sign change. So my new equation on top is going to become negative 10x plus 6y, and that equals 50. My new equation on the bottom becomes 10x plus 30y, and that equals 130. So now as I add the two equations together, my x's cancel out once again. 36y, because 6 plus 30, and that equals 180. We can divide both sides by 36, and we find out that our y equals 5. Again, we're going to plug that in. So I'm going to take mine, I'm going to plug it into this bottom equation. 2x plus 6, and again, y is 5, so I'm going to substitute, put my 5 in for y. That equals my 26. 2x plus 30 equals 26, because 6 times 5 is 30. Take away the 30. 2x equals negative 4, and thus x equals negative 2, and my ordered pair answer, negative 2, 5. Now taking a look at number 3, again, we don't have opposites, but the x's will probably be the best to eliminate because we have a positive and a negative already. So again, we're going to get rid of it. So we'll crisscross, multiplying the top by 3, because that's what x is on the bottom. And we'll multiply the bottom one, in this case by 10, because that's what the x is at the top. So our new first equation, multiplying by 3, is 30x plus 9y, and it equals 69. Remember, you have to multiply everything by the 3. The biggest mistake I've seen so far is that you guys forget to multiply the 23 by the 3. The new equation from the bottom, negative 30x plus 40y, and it equals negative 20. So now as we add the two equations together, the x's eliminate because they're opposites, positive 30 and negative 30. 9 plus 40 makes 49y, and that equals 49. We'll then divide by 49, and we find out that y equals 1. And again, we're going to make a substitution now. I'm going to go to that top equation because it looks better than the bottom. And it's 10x plus 3. Now remember, we just found out that y was 1, so we replace the y with a 1 because that's what substitution means. Replace and put something in its place. So we get 10x plus 3 equals 23. Take away the 3. 10x equals 20. And we find out that x equals 2. So our ordered pair answer, again, 2, 1. Number 4, it's the same process, we just have to write our own equation. At your school bookstore, 3 notebooks and 2 pencils cost $6. So we'll let x be notebooks, and we'll let y be pencils. And remember, as we talked about in class, to find out how much you pay, you take how many you buy times the cost. So 3 notebooks, 3x, plus 2 pencils equals our $6. In our second equation, we then buy 4 notebooks, so 4 times x, because x is the cost of a notebook. I can even indicate that it's going to be the price. 10 pencils, 10y, and I now equal $13.50. So again, we can get rid of either one we want, so let's crisscross. I'll multiply the top one by 4. Matter of fact, I'll make it -4 because I got to get a sign change here. And we'll multiply the bottom one now by 3. Again, you're just simply crisscrossing. So if I try to highlight this, 3 goes down to here, the 4 goes up to here. I crisscross my work. So my new top equation, multiplying by -4, gives me -12x minus 8y, and it equals -24. My new bottom equation gives me positive 12x plus 30y, and it equals $40.50. So as we add them together, the x's eliminate because they're opposites. -8 plus 30 becomes 22y. -24 plus $40.50 becomes $16.50. I can divide that by 22. And we find out that our pencils cost 75 cents each. And then finally we have to substitute. So I'm going to go to this red equation that we started with, the 3x plus 2y. So 3x plus 2. Pencils now cost 75 cents. That equals our $6. And as you work that out, you find out that x becomes $1.50. So $1.50 for a notebook, 75 cents for a pencil. Finally, then we get to number 5. Find 2 numbers whose sum is 43 and whose difference is 7. And what you have to know with this is you have to know that a sum means add and a difference means subtract. So since we don't know the 2 numbers, we'll go x plus y equals 43. Their sum is 43. X minus y equals 7. Difference is 7. And the nice thing is, with these questions, we already have opposites. The y's will cancel. X plus x becomes 2x. 43 plus 7 becomes 50. We'll divide by 2. We discover that x equals 25. Then we can substitute that in. 25. We'll go to the top equation because I don't like to deal with negatives if I can avoid it. Plus y equals 43. Take away the 25. And we discover that y equals 18. And that is how we do the first standard on the Module 2, Unit 2 test.